Right, Mikey Nevin. I'm replying to the yoke that you made earlier on, the DVD or whatever you made, about what happened the other day, and basically you're saying that my wife brought up things first, and that was the way your sons replied. Bullshit. I'll tell you exactly what happened. You said that we're having an argument. Yeah, everyone knows that. We're having an argument last night with you. Your son Mikey drove around the first time, me and my wife went on collecting the children from school. The Mikey drove past with his wife in the car the first time, looking out, sticking his face out. He caught names, I caught names in. Right, my woman never opened her mouth that time. He came back the second time I met my brother visit to school, he was with to collect his children. He drove past again, there was loads of strange travellers there. He put his car a little bit down from us, and he looked out the window calling names, I was calling names. He looked over there, he mentioned, my woman was calling names, his woman was calling names. He looked over and he called names about her brother John. Now, it happened what was mentioned to him, when he was calling me names first, I turned around and said about hanging himself or whatever it was, right? And then he was calling me. Now, he was arguing with me, he should have said that to me, right? He was calling me names, I was calling him names. Yeah? So then he basically said that about how he had no reason to bring her brother into it. And that's what he got. So he went off then, he drove off then, these other little two brothers must have getting vexed about it, came back down again, pulled in the car, a bit from the school where me and Billy was, calling names again to each other, and then he turned around, he directed Willie, he directed John Nevin, directed Willie then, and turned around and said to her, go back to your brother John, and won't say blah 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 what he said about, but mention the man anyway. Now, you brought the man's name into it. Now, look, and as I told you when I was arguing with you that evening up in the house on the phone, when I was didn't you guys bring John to me on the phone as well too, when I was calling names into the phone, when John brought up then, and when he wasn't on the phone. And you remember I said, if you directly anything to say to them, I said, you go and say to them, not to me, I said. I said, it's us that, we don't need no one to do any argument for us. I said, we do our own. You remember I said on the phone as well. And you said, but my wife washed her tongue out. Your son should wash their tongues out. And let your own wife wash her tongue out. There's no one lying down for you, Mikey Nevin. You worry your sons. If you're arguing with us, you're not with my wife. You have a wife too that goes through the town. And my wife is expecting as if we're going to do something about it. Will you come out of your cars and do something about it? And they'll be calling names in your cars. Don't threaten my wife, Mike. You have a woman the same way, son. Because I'm one man in Longford that lay down for no one. Never did in his life and never will. Don't threaten my wife, because you have a wife. Now I'm only explaining what happened. You should go and get John's tongue washed out. You directly came to the school. You directly came to the school that time, and you picked an argument, and you were calling names and we were calling names, and you mentioned that man. Now I don't know what argument you're having with the Giants. That's up to yourselves. You can sort that out. But the only reason I'm making this DVD, or you making one, trying to blame my wife for it, is you, Mikey, and your sons that's going through that town 7 days a week, putting their faces up, looking out on top of people as if they can do this. There's no one afraid of you. If you look your face out and you call names, I'm going to call the names. No, I called your son Michael names. He called me them, I called him them. Direct me about it. Don't bring me woman into it. And when did he call names? When she was caught names. I'm not taking her out of it. When she was caught names, her brother John caught, she didn't call names. I know what score you're getting, Michael, but your sons must be telling you lies, because they're going through that town 7 days a week. And they're sticking their faces down and all this and that. They're doing nothing, but that's all they're doing. And then they'll go back and do little bits of stories. So I don't know if you're afraid of the Joyces or what you're doing, or you're trying to get out of it, but that's exactly what happened. And there's a load of times on that school that heard what happened and seen what happened. So you're making a lie of yourself, son. You're making a lie of yourself. Now, I'm not here to call names. I'm not calling names. I'd arrest you one day. You turned around and you said, my wife is pregnant, if you want to do something. Man, my wife is touching this town. There'll be a lot of women touching this town. Pregnant or no pregnant. Remember that. I was calling, you're fighting with us, you're fighting with us. I'm not saying what you're about to Jason or whatever you're doing. If you want to do that, or if you want to make statements, that's up to you. As I told you up here the last time when we were, the same day we were arguing, when you give me the phone call, see, if anything to say to the Jasons, you say to them, I said. That's the way we do our old fighting. But that's all I have to say, Mikey. But don't blame my wife for it. It's your sons that came down calling the names. Remember all that? When he never went to your house calling the names. Remember all that now. So just remember that. That's all I have to say.
And another thing, Mikey, when my brother John is brought into it, or any of my brothers, I have blood in my body. and I will answer up any man, woman or child in Longford that mentions my father or my 3 brothers or my husband or my children to me, and stick your nose a mile up my hole, you grey-haired bastard.